Hello, my name is Mia Amato Caliendo, and welcome to my R1 assignment for assessing impact for organizational change. I selected an article titled The Evaluation of a Diversity Program, written by Krista Fouché, Charlene de Jager, and Anne Crawford, and published in the South Africa Journal of Human Resource Management in 2004. Here I look at the evaluation's purpose, change intervention, participants, evaluation method, summary of results, and share my reflections. Fouché, de Jager, and Crawford begin the article outlining the importance of diversity and inclusive management practices for the future of businesses, not only in South Africa, but also around the world. Specificity and articulated nuance around the definition of diversity and the reasons for its significance dominates the first half of this article, suggesting thorough background context was considered prior to evaluation, thus aligning with Rossi, Lipsey, and Henry's suggestion to dig deeper as an evaluator and to consider who, what, and why. The purpose of this evaluation was twofold. One, to compare the content of a diversity management program to best practice requirements, and two, to make conclusions regarding the further development of a diversity program with the relevant content in an attempt to create a best practice product. Because this evaluation was done using a systematic approach framework, the authors explicitly suggest continued evaluation for ongoing learning and improvement, highlighting the use of double and triple loop learning. As Rossi et al. Suggests, evaluation for programs improvement characteristically emphasizes findings that are timely, concrete, and immediately useful. Equivalently, because a goal of this evaluation is to create an improved product for immediate use, evaluate whether or not the program content addresses the reasons why diversity programs fail, I would assess this evaluation to be correctly defined as formative. The identified change intervention in this article is a diversity program that was designed and developed in an attempt to address the reasons why diversity programs fail. A large company in the banking sector initiated the development of the product, and keynote personnel from this company evaluated the content. The content was found to adhere to the best practices requirements. Fouché et al. Explicitly discussed Rossi and Freeman's work and outlined their intervention. Any program or other planned effort designed to produce changes in a target population. For purpose of this research, the term intervention referred to the design diversity management program as implemented in a company in the banking sector. Only a selected number of participants was involved in the evaluation process. The population was defined as 35 highly qualified professionals, specialists, managers, and senior managers with years of training and organizational development experience involved with a diversity training program. 35 questionnaires were distributed to the whole population, and 31 questionnaires were returned. The participants had to evaluate the content after reviewing the program toolkit. The change intervention process focused on fine-tuning a diversity program and included 5 steps. Assess current product, content, and process, decide what was needed, list the reasons why diversity programs fail and to account for these reasons by conducting literature research, list reasons why diversity training programs succeed, and finally, design a program. Following the aforementioned steps, Fouché et al. Evaluated all of the diversity program documents, interviewed key informants with a 16-question questionnaire, and uncovered pertinent context and background on diversity training programs. It is important to note the authors explicitly state this is not a cost-benefit analysis because all possible resources needed to ensure the successful implementation of the intervention have already been approved. The 16-question questionnaire asked each participant to rate from 0 to 5 whether they strongly disagree or strongly agree with each statement. The data from the questionnaire was analyzed by utilizing SPSS 11.01 for Windows. Descriptive statistics were calculated. The results are reported in terms of whether or not the content of the program addresses the reasons why diversity programs fail or succeed. Fouché et al. Reviewed each question individually and looked at the strength and agreement or disagreement from respondents using a percentage. For example, question 12, of the 31 participants, 5 disagreed, which was 16.1%. 5 were uncertain, 19 agreed, which was 61.3%, and 2 strongly agreed that the content provides the managers with practical, hands-on, everyday tools. In addition to an assessment of each individual question, The authors also looked at the results of the questionnaire as a whole. For example, the results, however, reflect some areas of concern. The participants' response indicated that the content does not reflect the commitment and support of top management for the diversity training program. The response also indicated that the content does not provide real evidence of top management's commitment to the process. Upon this finding, the authors outline action items for next steps. This exercise began with the pleasure of reading an article on a topic I am very interested in, and surprisingly, one that centers evaluation. I found reviewing the article to be undemanding. I grasped the concepts outlined and followed along with the authors as they shared the steps they took and why they took them. However, when it became time to break down each step in the process and assign a vocabulary that I am both new to and uncomfortable with, it became more challenging. While I have taken qualitative and quantitative research methods courses before, as well as statistics, this assignment still incited fretfulness. I found myself questioning, who am I to be assessing this work when I'm new to this myself? I realized I was feeling this way because I was gaining new knowledge and trying to make meaning of it simultaneously. I had to break up creating this presentation over several days to allow my mind to sort through the various concepts and let my newfound knowledge settle in. I needed to ask questions, which I did, with both my peers and Dr. Crowley. What I found most interesting about this article and exercise was the connectedness to Rossi's work and evaluation. This article cited his work frequently throughout, further allowing me to learn as I moved through it. Additionally, there wasn't ego inserted into the evaluation, but there was passion. Fouché et al. Discussed the expectation of continued revision and adjustments to the diversity program as new information surfaces regularly. There was an interest in seeing the diversity program be the best diversity program, eliciting perfect results. The interest lies in creating a useful program that is built to evolve as we evolve and elicit an effective outcome. The lingering questions I have are how the questions for the questionnaire were developed and the corresponding performance indicators reviewed when building it. Additionally, all participants were a part of this organization, and while their qualifications were appropriate, could there have been some space to bring in qualified individuals outside of the organization for diversity of thought?